He did not tell her in the end, because he is not a person who tells. On the 2nd of November, he came down at 7 in the morning and put a torch on the kitchen table in front of her and said 4 words.
Bring your good boots.
They went up at dusk, which was 4:30 by then, with the dog out in front. She did not ask a single question on the way up, which took 40 minutes, and he understood afterwards that she had spent the whole of it deciding not to.
It's the fold, isn't it? Above the burn.
Yeah.
I've sheltered in that. I've sheltered in that with a lamb under my coat. There's nothing in it, Ellis. It's 4 feet deep.
Yeah.
He walked in ahead of her, and he did not do anything clever, and he did not turn round to watch her face, because he had decided on the way up that watching her face would be a thing he did for himself. He just kept walking, and at 12 paces the sound of the wind stopped, and at 14 the wall in front of them began, very faintly, to glow. The seam split. She did not scream, and she did not swear. She said 1 word, very quietly, in the way you say it when you are 7 and you have hurt yourself and there is nobody in the house.
Mum.
He gave her 20 minutes. He had planned that. He had thought that 20 minutes was about how long a person would need. She needed 4. Because Isla Bain is 19 years old and has been getting an 83-year-old man down a staircase twice a week since she was 17. And what that does to a person is it makes them extremely quick at the part after the shock.
Right. Right. Okay. Right. Does it get colder further in? Or is this it?
This is it. About.
Water?
There's water at the 3rd junction. It's fine. I've drunk it for 3 weeks.
You would.
And that is the difference between them, and it is the whole reason she is in this story. He had spent 3 weeks in here asking what it was. She had been inside 11 minutes, and she was asking how you live in it. The anger arrived on the way down to the gallery, and it arrived all at once.
41 years.
Isla.
41 years. And dear counts. Dear counts. I did that man shopping for 14 months. I cut his toenails. I have wiped that man's floor. I sat in that kitchen with him 300 nights, and he asked me about my mother's hip, and he asked me about the ferry, and he asked me if I'd thought about college. And he had this.
He couldn't have told you. What was he going to...
He could have told somebody. He died in a chair, Ellis. He died on his own in a chair with 100,000 people up a hill, and he never said 1 word to a living soul in 41 years, and I want you to think about what that is. I want you to actually think about it. Did he not think one of us could carry it?
And Ellis Mackay, who had lied to her twice, and who had spent 9 days working out how to do this entirely on his own, and who had a piece of paper in his coat pocket with 5 rules on it that he had written without consulting anybody, said nothing at all. He showed her the gallery. He put the torch on the wall and walked her along it for 100 paces, and then 100 more, and the courses went up past the light, and left past the light, and right past the light.
How far up?
60 metres.
60?
It's 100,000. That's the number. I've had it 3 weeks, and I still can't... It doesn't go in. It's not a size.
She put her hand flat on it, the way he had.
It's warm.
Yeah.
That's horrible. That's the worst thing I've ever... Are they asleep or are they dead?
Both? Neither. About 700 of them. There's somebody in about 700 of them.
And the rest?
Empty. Or piece of somebody.
And he knew which.
He wrote a book.
They sat down in the doorway of the gallery, with their backs against opposite jambs and their boots nearly touching, and he told her the whole of it, the lamp, the 4%, the 100th% a day, the 1500ths a wake.
26. That's the number. Whatever else, that's the number.
And she was quiet for a long time. And then she asked the question, and it is a small question, and he had not thought of it once in 3 weeks.
Where does the first one sleep?
What?
You wake somebody up. It's Tuesday. It's 4 in the afternoon. It's dark. It's November. Where do they sleep? What do they eat? Can they eat? Have they got teeth? Do they know what a spoon is? Or is a spoon 8,000 years newer than they are? Who sits with them at 3 in the morning when they wake up and they don't know where they are? Because somebody does. Somebody always does. That's the job. Who tells them?
I hadn't.
No. No, you hadn't.
Here is a thing about Ellis Mackay that is true, and that he does not know about himself yet. He is very good at working out how much a thing costs. He is extremely bad at working out what happens afterwards, and he will get people killed with that more than once, and this is the first time in his life that anyone has stood in front of it and pointed. They came down at 11, and she did not go home. She stood in the hall with her coat still on and looked up the stairs.
Right, before you wake anybody. We're getting that room ready.
Which?
The back one, the wee one that looks over the lock.
And Ellis Mackay stood at the bottom of his grandfather's stairs and thought about a bed that had been made since about 1998, and a towel on the end of it, and a glass upside down on a coaster, and a shelf with 8 years of birthdays on it in order, left to right.
He kept it ready.
Hi.
For me.
Did he? Or was it just always going to be for whoever needed it first?